Hi YouTube and welcome back. In this video we're going to be looking at all my waterproof jackets, what I think of them, what I don't like about them, if they're worth the money, are they well made, what kind of features have they got, and what kind of job you need them for. So without further ado, let's get started in this video and I'll show you all the jackets. Okay, the first jacket I'm going to show you is this one I'm wearing. This is the Arcteryx Theta SVX. This is a expensive waterproof shell, so I'm going to tell you if it's worth the money or not. As you can see, it's got many pockets, as you would expect. It's got a nice handy pocket here for putting some things like mobile phones, little maps, whatever you need. It's got a pocket on the sleeve which is for ski lifts, I do believe, so you can take stuff in and out easy, or you can basically, when you go skiing, you can scan it through your jacket, etc. So it's got pockets down here which are really quite large. There's my fingers up there. You can fit a lot in there. You can fit some good gloves, large maps, food, water, whatever you need. Same on the other side. Internal pockets. We have one on the left breast, which is quite a tight, compact pocket. Really, you put things like protein bars, keys, things like that. This is an iPhone 6 with a case on, and it just about fits in. So if you've got an iPhone 6 or similar size mobile, it fits in there quite well. Keeps your phone safe from snow, water, things like that. The other side, it's got a dump pocket, which is meant for, you know, gloves, things like that. Not big gloves. As you can see, it's not the largest of pocket. There are jackets with bigger dump pockets than this, which I'll show you soon. So like I said, it's got a dump pocket there. Draw cords at the bottom so you can cinch it in, which I will show you now. You basically just pull them, as you would expect. I'm sure you'll know about this when you research the jacket. Like I say, it can cinch in, keeps the wind out. Looks better. You've also got cinchable draw cords in there, which I do believe are in the pocket. So there they are. Just fasten this up again so I can show you. I like them in the pocket because then they're out of the way and things like that. Just grab one end, pull it tight. Same on the other side. It should cinch it up around you, like so. Really large hood. Cinches all the way up. Nice chin guard. If you're a bit lazy about shaving, or you've got a beard, then that's ideal. Really nice overhang on the brim. So really good, as the name suggests, for severe weather. Nice embroidered logo there. So, more about this jacket. It's a Goretex Pro, which means it's basically the best Gore-Tex you can get. Sadly it's the most expensive, but this Goretex Pro is a lot more hard wearing than other Gore-Tex, such as Gore-Tex Active or Gore-Tex Scenic. Gore-Tex Pro is meant to breathe very well in environments where you are up a mountain, you know, things like that, getting a lot of snow, getting a lot of wind. It's meant to breathe extremely well compared to other Gore-Tex products or other breathable fabrics. Gore-Tex Pro normally is featured on severe weather kind of products or things that get a bit of wear and tear. Goretex Pro is best in the wind with a high density fabric such as 60D or 80D, because it basically just keeps the wind off you a little bit more than a 30D or 20D fabric. Sadly, with Goretex Pro 80D or 60D, it's quite crinkly, got a bit of noise to it, as you can probably hear. This isn't my first choice when just going on a walk, things like that. If I'm going up a mountain or hills and it's going to be windy at the top and I need something that will layer well, as you can see it's quite large on me. If I need something that will layer well, this will be my first choice, or one of the other ones would be first or second choice, which I'll show you in a sec. But like I say, it's a really good jacket. It's overkill for my needs, but I'm a bit of I like getting good stuff, and sadly when you get it you think, oh, I don't need it now, so you know, like that. But yeah, I really do love it. It's really well made. It's Arcteryx. Arcteryx makes some really great stuff. Sadly, the premium price that comes with it is a bit too expensive in my opinion, but like I say, it's good stuff, it lasts, and it is extremely well made. It's the best well made stuff I've seen. You know, the attention to detail and the stitching and the micro seam sealing is out of this world. So I would suggest, if you're interested in Arcteryx products and you want a good waterproof shell that's hard wearing, good in the wind, good for layering, go to the Arcteryx shop in London. Not everyone can. If you're in London you might have a look, or go to a shop that stocks it, try it on, see how it fits, basically give it a whirl, see if it's worth the money. It's a bit too expensive, like I say, but if you've got the budget and you like good quality stuff, you're willing to pay for it, great choice. Okay, the next waterproof jacket I have is from a company called Mountain Equipment, which you'll probably have heard of. They make really good quality stuff, and this is called the Mountain Equipment Changabang jacket. Love that name. And it's a really good jacket. It's quite tough. It's quite bomb-proof. You know, it's like when you have a tank on sometimes. And this is meant for, like I say, severe weather and, you know, snowboarding, skiing, mountaineering, rock climbing, things like that, because it's really tough wearing. Let me put it on for you. This is a large, and I'll show you some of the features it has. First, let's go over the pockets. It's got a ton of them, which you'll like. We've got a little arm pocket here, like I say, ski passes, things like that, so you can scan it through, like on the other one. I like this one better than the Arcteryx one because it's on low down the sleeve, which means you get it open and shut it a lot easier. With the other one it's a bit fiddly because it pulls at the top, but with this one, like that. Waterproof zipper, zip garage as well. Also on the main body of the jacket there are 4 pockets on here. Obviously really good zippers, quite large pockets here, bottom of my fingers there, tops up here, same on the other side. And it's also got more large pockets here, which go all the way up here, top of the fingers there, and goes all the way down here, back to there, and the other side, fingers are there. So you can get some good gloves in there, some maps, you know, whatever goes in a pocket. Zip garages throughout, so it keeps them nice and waterproof. Internal pockets, like on the Arcteryx one, we've got pretty much it's a phone pocket, let's be honest, phone pocket, MP3 pocket. iPhone 6 again, goes in very easily, comes out easy. Easy to shut, nice bit of mesh there so you can breathe, keeps it waterproof. So that's that. No pocket on the other side. And as you will see, it's also got a snow skirt, which is a really great feature because you can unzip it if you don't need it. This is good for skiing, snowboarding, keeping the wind out, the wind blows up. When you're going up a mountain, you get wind and it really goes up your back. On the hood, it's not got as big an overhang as the Arcteryx one, which is good in my opinion. You don't always need a massive overhang, but it's really good enough for rain, as you'll see. In a second, when I do this up. Also got a chin guard there, zipper garage there. You can also draw it in with the draw cords. Like so, and you can also adjust the back. Like so, so you can really cinch it in. Some more features of this jacket. It's a Goretex Pro, as with the Arcteryx one. It's very tough. It seems to be a little bit more tougher than the Arcteryx one I've just shown you. It's basically, you've got a really good layer on with this. You can basically do a lot in it. Like I say, a lot of people use this for mountaineering and things like that, so it's extremely hard wearing. If you were going through forests or anything like that and you're going to catch it, it will stand up to that very well. It's got a really meaty storm flap there, just to make sure that if any water does get through the zip, which it shouldn't do really, but in severe weather it will, quite severe weather, it will run down there instead of going onto your base layer. I think this is a really great jacket. It's meant for layering, as you've seen before, and it's basically great in the wind. It's good up mountains. It's good if you're doing a walk. It also features pit zips, which are absolutely essential, I think, when you are backpacking, things like that, or skiing or anything like that, because Gore-Tex breathes, but it doesn't breathe completely. And if you need to, if you're overheating or you're getting a bit of moisture build up, which you will do, these are absolutely superb. They will just sort your problems out. The only thing you've got to worry about then is your back, but you can undo the front pit zips there. You can really get it breathing if you need to. When you're up a mountain and basically you can't take a layer off and store it somewhere, pit zips are lifesavers. They will basically cool you down when you need to, close them up, get you a bit warmer. So always look for pit zips, they're really good. The next jacket I'm going to show you is the Arcteryx FISSION SV. Now this is basically a hybrid kind of waterproof shell, pretty much waterproof fabric with insulation. I'm going to show you what I think about it, why I like it. There's some bits I don't like about it. Now, this uses a Coreloft insulation. Everyone says, oh, Coreloft's not as good as down. Well, it depends what down is going in. If you put down in this, because of the fabric, it will crush it and the insulation won't be as good. So down isn't always the perfect insulation for things like this. I really like this jacket. It's good for layering. It's not that warm, which I believe is a good thing. It's got quite a bit of warmth to it, but it's not that warm, you know. So it's not like a do all job jacket kind of thing. It's not Goretex Pro. It's just basically Gore-Tex. So it's not Gore-Tex Active. It's not Gore-Tex Active. It's not Gore-Tex Pro. It's basically the good old standard Gore-Tex. Now, because it's not next to the skin, it doesn't really need to be Gore-Tex Pro or Gore-Tex Active. So let's look at some of the features it's got. It's got a really good zipper. It's the YKK zipper. I think it's the AquaGuard. It's the big meaty zip. AquaGuard on there. It's got 4 pockets on there. It's got 1 normal pockets here, good for small gloves, things like that. There's the fingers, so quite a large size. It's also got 2 pockets up here, which is good for, you know, little maps, keys, protein bars, whatever you need, torches. It's got stone garages on there. It's got a nice embroidered logo. It's got a pull cord on the zip, which is great for up and down, but when it's up it kind of flaps around a little bit, so it would be great if Arcteryx actually put a little magnet on there and secured it so it would stick to the zip, or you could just tuck it like that. But anyway, let's do it all the way up, and it comes up to here. It's got a nice chin guard on there. It's very comfortable. Let's put the hood up. Nice and snug hood. You can cinch it down at the back. You can also draw it in using these pull cords. It's a really good jacket, to be honest. It's got really good pockets, really large dump pockets there. Like I say, this jacket is, you can use it for a lot of things. I've used it for walking when it's cold, hiking with a backpack when it's cold. I've also used it at the Liverpool seafront where it's horrendously windy and it's cold. So this really keeps the wind off and it keeps you warm. Basically, if you need an insulated jacket that's waterproof, this by far is my go-to jacket, because I'll know I'll be warm enough and I know I'll be well protected from the rain and the wind. Great jacket. It looks a bit too big in my opinion, but it fits well. You can use it with layering if you put a hoodie underneath. Yeah, I think it's absolutely superb. You can cinch the bottom in. You can do that with the bottom. Basically, I think it's a really good jacket. It's a good all-round jacket, and it's good because you can, if you're looking for somewhere that is a bit cold, you can layer it easy enough, and you don't have to worry about the waterproof layer going on top because it's already there, and it's got insulation already there. So you basically layer under it with hoodies, some down jackets, you know, things like that, which I'll show you later. But yeah, Arcteryx, it's very well made, and the customer support for Arcteryx is really good, as you would expect, because it's quite expensive jacket. I'm not going to go over any prices on here because obviously they change all the time, but I'm sure you can find that out online. But yeah, I think it's a really good jacket. I would buy it again if I ripped it, lost it, I would buy it again. The next jacket is the North Face Alpine Project jacket, which is part of the Summit series, which I believe they are pretty much merged into a different series. This is my go-to jacket for pretty much all seasons, all walking and backpacking, and I shall show you why. This is a Gore-Tex Active shell, which means it breathes a hell of a lot better than Gore-Tex. It breathes slightly better than Goretex Pro, but it's of a lighter weight fabric. It's less noisy than Goretex Pro because it's basically, I think it's a 20D fabric density. So it's not as good in the wind. It's a lot lighter. But that's why I like it, because it's basically, I can use this spring, summer, autumn when I'm backpacking or walking, because I like to walk quite quickly or I like to get a bit of exercise while I'm doing it, and I like to get there quicker. And this is basically my go-to one. I'll show you some of its features. Got a nice waterproof zipper. It's very lightweight in nature. It's got two really big pockets in there. There's the top of my thumb, which goes all the way up there, and it goes all the way down to here and back there. Same on the other side. It's really supple. I've worn it a few times. It's also feels great against the bare skin. I wouldn't worry too much about putting a base layer on if I was doing quick walks, things like that. But generally, you should always put a base layer on. No inside pocket, sadly. Like I say, it's a lightweight one. But it has got drawer cords at the bottom, which actually are hidden inside the pockets, which is a feature I like, so you can cinch that up. Essential pit zips. When I'm getting a bit of a walk on, I like to go quick, and you get a bit of a build up. So rather than stopping, taking a layer off, anything like that, pit zips down. You get some really good venting in there, and a bit of fiddling to get back up, but doable. Looking at the hood, put the hood up. Got a nice chin guard there. Doesn't really flap around that much. If it does, tuck it behind the chin guard, and you're sorted. Good hood. You can adjust the hood. It's got invisible drawstrings there, and you basically the unlock mechanism is hidden inside here somewhere. There it is. So you can basically adjust it and pull it up. Got a nice bit of overhang on it, which is good. It fits really well. This is a medium, so you can layer underneath it, but it's more of basically a hoodie or things like that. But yeah, this is probably my favourite out of all of them, and it is the cheapest. Because it's so diverse, you can use it for so many things. It's great for layering. It's good in the winter. You just put a down layer underneath there, or a normal hoodie. It's not very noisy. It's great. It's got pit zips, really large pockets. No internal pockets, sadly. So if it did have a bit of a downpour, there's nowhere to put your phone that it would be guaranteed to keep it dry. But that's just one of them. So yeah, it's my go-to jacket. Fits well. It's affordable. Not very noisy, and I think it's great. So this is the North Face Alpine Project Summit Series jacket. Okay, now you've seen the jackets. Now we're going to talk a little bit about layering. What I've got on here is basically a synthetic base layer. This is designed to go against the skin, so that if you do start to sweat a little bit or a lot, it will wick out of the skin and be able to basically dry very quickly. Pretty much it's like a radiator. The more surface area you have, the better something will dry quicker. So this is what I normally like to wear against the skin when I've got a waterproof layer on or another layer on top, because it wicks, like I say. It's quite affordable. I don't know how much this one is, but you can get them for about £10. I've got one from Arcteryx, one from Rab. They basically do all the same job. So look around, try and get a cheap one if you can, give it a try before you get a better one. So we're just going to layer up some stuff and try the jackets on again so I can show you what I mean. Now this is a Arcteryx hoodie. Got a bit of insulation to it, as you can see here. It's a Coreloft again, so if it gets wet or if it gets very sweaty, then it will keep you warm and dry still. Well, keep you warm anyway. So let's see what else we can put on top of this. So this is the mounted equipment Bang. And as you can see, plenty of room for more layers. When you get to camp and you get a bit cold and it's raining and it's snowing, put another layer underneath, plenty of room, easily fits. This is the Arcteryx insulated jacket. If you want a bit more insulation underneath, then this will keep you a bit warmer. As you can see, fits fine. This is the Arcteryx Theta SVX, which is going to be plenty big enough. That fits fine too. Just a bit more warmth. And this is the North Face Alpine Project jacket, which you can't get on for some reason. There's not a lot of room for layering with this one, but still plenty for this kind of hoodie. There's room for a bit more as well. So once you get to camp, like I say, you're going to be standing around, you're going to cool down, and you basically want to cool down so this wicks, and then you put this on for a bit of warmth, and this is your waterproof shell. Now if you're looking for an insulation layer with a bit more meat to it, this is another Arcteryx product, which is a hoodie. It's about double the insulation of the other Arcteryx hoodie. As you can see, it's a bit more puffier, quite a bit more warmer, and we'll layer it again with the Bang. Still plenty of room under there. There'll be plenty of room underneath the other ones as well, but we'll go for the Alpine Project jacket again to show you if there's still layers. A little bit tight on this one, but it is a very fitted jacket. And before we go, got to go to the bit of the more extreme. This is a Montane down insulated jacket, which I will put the name on the screen for you. And this is quite a warm jacket, very quilted, loads of down in it, puffs up quite a bit. I've only just unpacked it, but it does puff up quite a bit more. I've used this in Sweden to minus 13 degrees in the winter, which is warm for Sweden in the winter, and it performed outstanding. So let's layer this up with the Theta SVX, just to show you the kind of size you're looking at once it's layered. And as you can see, it puffs it out quite a bit. But this is designed to be used when you're walking in extremely cold temperatures, or when you get to camp and it's below freezing or just about freezing or below, because once you stood around it will keep you extremely warm. Right, well there you have it. That is my waterproof layers. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope there's something you can take away when you do buy a waterproof layer or you're considering buying a new one. In my opinion, if you're going up mountains, you've got a lot of wind, a lot of snow, hail, stuff like that, go for a longer Gore-Tex Pro jacket, and always have an insulation, always have a wicking layer as your base layer, and you should be absolutely fine. If you're just hiking, walking, you're not really going up hills in the winter, you're not doing stuff like that, then I would recommend the Gore-Tex Active one. Keeps you waterproof and it breathes a lot better, in my opinion. Also, if you are backpacking and things like that and you do like to walk quickly, or you like to walk a lot in summer when it can be a bit wet depending on what country you're in, always try and get pit zippers, because Gore-Tex breathes, but it doesn't breathe as well as pit zippers, let's be honest. So always look for that. And basically, if there's any questions, please feel free to ask them down below. I will respond to every question, and I'll give you advice where possible. If you want me to try something or stuff like that, please do ask. I'm quite happy to do that. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. Sorry it was a bit long. Please like, subscribe and share, and I shall see you in the next one. Thank you.